Most of the software we touch every day is engineered to get out of our way. The interfaces are slick, the pathways are smoothed out, and the goal is to keep us moving through content as fast as possible, reducing the time we have to pause and think. DunbarrioSolo is built on the exact opposite premise. Instead of speeding you up, it creates a private environment that requires a deliberate cognitive pause. The core interaction here is something called an embrace, a directed journal entry meant for a specific person in your life. But before you can write a single word, the system requires you to map exactly where you are emotionally. This interface is the mood dial. It is the very first tactile interaction you encounter, and notice that it starts completely blank. This is a baseline state of intentional friction. This chart displays Plutchik's wheel of emotions. The dial is directly mapped to this established scientific model, dividing human feeling into 8 specific semantic categories, like joy, anger, sadness, and affection. By forcing you to navigate these specific categories before you write, the dial acts as an engineered barrier. You cannot proceed on autopilot. You have to actively translate a vague feeling into a precise semantic label. When you rotate the dial, each segment snaps into place with a small haptic pulse. Once you make a selection, the precise word you chose physically locks into the center of the screen. The geometry itself encodes meaning. Following Plutchik's model, opposing emotions sit exactly 180 degrees apart. Joy is directly across from sadness. Anger sits opposite fear, silently mapping out the relationships between different states of mind. This brings us to the first architectural commitment. The system has no memory. Every time you open the app, the dial resets to that blank, unselected state. It refuses to remember your last entry, ensuring you make a fresh, conscious assessment every single time. The second commitment is neutral activation. If you are struggling to pinpoint exactly what you feel, you can simply check a box labeled "Not in a mood today." This provides an accessible path forward without demanding emotional labeling when it's too difficult. The third commitment is multi-sensory reinforcement. When you select affectionate, a pink glow fills that segment and instantly propagates outward, matching the light in the vertical slider right next to it. By merging the physical friction of turning a wheel with a strict geometric layout, the interface guarantees that every entry begins with a highly specific micro-practice in emotion differentiation. The mood dial provides our x-axis, the semantic choice. The energizer slider is our y-axis, physicalizing intensity to 100%. Pushing past 88% triggers the peak white mechanic. Color turns pure white, as extreme investment transcends emotion. This panel shows where energy is directed. Instead of writing into a void, you choose an illustrated animal mascot. Characters like a capybara or moon rabbit serve as digital transitional objects, acting as secure proxies that hold emotional weight without judgment. You log a highly precise coordinate, a specific emotion at a specific intensity, and direct it into a safe, designated environment. Over time, these coordinates stack up, turning a standard journal entry into an active, measurable tool for longitudinal self-awareness. This entire architecture is built to train emotional granularity. That is the psychological ability to make fine-grained, highly precise distinctions between different feelings. This matrix aligns each feature of the app with its corresponding research domain. 2 decades of affective science link precise emotion differentiation to superior emotional regulation, showing measurable reductions in distress and self-harm. The design functions as the intervention itself. The blank, unselected dial physicalizes the cognitive effort required to label a feeling, demanding participation before the application will function. This graphic outlines the ephemeral AI architecture. Because this data is deeply personal, the system is designed around radical privacy. The text exists in the AI's memory only for the seconds it takes to generate a response, and then it is immediately and permanently wiped. Adding deliberate friction to an interface prevents mindless scrolling. It transforms a generic mood tracker into an active, protective cognitive exercise.